Hello. Hello. Hello, YouTube. Hello. Hello, YouTube friends. Anyone there? Hello? Can you hear me? Oh, can you see me? Oh, I can see someone. Yes, yes. I can see one person. Thank you for tuning in. Hello, hello, guys. How are you? Welcome to Vimwelu channel, guys. It's always a pleasure to welcome you to this channel. And I don't take your time, your support and love for granted. Guys, we all know who I'm trying to mock there. It's that Mr., Trenchtown Grandpa. I saw him coming to enjoy JT's live stream last night. What the? I was just so shocked to see him there. What does he think he is doing? He think this is like a joke, isn't it? Hmm? How can you come? He can come there, join a live stream. Actually, when JT was playing passes, receipts. Oh, I found that very, foolish. I think he thinks people are stupid and he thinks this is a matter of joke. Guys, we are not here to talk about that, somebody who look like they are mentally challenged and is a very old person. It was just a by the way. So, welcome back to Vimwelu channel. Thank you for always coming back to watch my videos, guys. Thank you for showing your love and support. I do not take that for granted. And let's start the show. In today's reaction video, guys, we're still going to talk about Mr. Mura Senso. He's got a very beautiful new name, which is the fake dreadlock guy. So Mura Senso yesterday came to the platform and came to share his experience. Actually, the way he started his vlog was kind of very emotional. He started with saying like, it's like going to heaven. Oh, the rain was raining, but the way he said it, it was kind of very emotional, like you can see this somebody is going through something. Anyway, after that, he said that he enjoys making his vlogs or recording when it's raining, when he can hear the sound of raindrops at the background, which I quite agree with him. They can be very nice. They are a beautiful sound. It can be very healing. Yeah, it's like therapeutical, like he said, at 100%. I agree with one thing with the Mr. Fake Dreadlock guy. Okay, he came to tell his audience like he's going to talk about fatherhood. And one thing I noticed, he said, oh, he want to talk to those people who are like newly becoming fathers and young ones like him. He called himself a young father. I want to ask him, when will he agree that he is no longer a young boy? Fake dreadlock guy, you are not a young boy at all. You are not. You are nearly 40 years. You have to take that and, appreciate your life, appreciate your age, and start acting like an elderly man. You are not a young boy, calling yourself a young man now and then. Your biological dad, Coheras Jr., he came here on the platforms and he told us your date of birth when you were born 1987 or 1988. So work that very clearly, very well, because your biological dad cannot come here and tell lies. He said that you were born either 1987 or 1988. I've got the video, but I'm not going back there for the sake of telling you. It's between those 2 years. And that's your age. You are very close to 40 years old. And at this point, you need to stop using that tune of a young man. Even by looking at yourself, when you hold a mirror and look at yourself, look at your face, and then say the words, I am a young man, a young father. Say those words when you are looking through straight away direct to the mirror, and you can see absolutely you are lying to yourself. So stop it and appreciate your age, okay?
It's like I'm going to heaven tonight. Sorry to make that joke, but it's actually so. Wow. In today's video, I'll talk about fatherhood. I love making this video when it's raining. It's therapeutical. Me as a young father, as a new father, I'm thankful.
So Mura Senso, the fake dreadlock guy, he said that he was going to educate some people. He had a few things he wanted to talk about, what newly father or people, men who haven't got a child yet, things they should expect. He went on saying he wished somebody taught him about those things. So what is he telling us here? He was raised by Congrat, the fake dreadlock guy, telling us Congrat did not teach him anything. What is he referring to? Who is he referring to when he says he wishes somebody told him about it? The only person who was there for him to teach him things to do with the men, it's Congrat. And again, along the way, as he is, mingles with the people, you learn other things from your friends. So I don't know what is a big deal here, but he came up and said that they are struggling with the baby Maisha, like waking up several different times throughout the night. And the fake dreadlock guy is the one who have to wake up and, look after Maisha. For example, he's the one changes his diapers and stuff like that. He was saying Maisha might wake up at least 3 times throughout the night. And he stays with the Maisha until he goes back to sleep, not unless Maisha want to breastfeed. And that way, he said, he gives Rocio time to rest, because according to them, Rocio's duty is to make sure Maisha is fed, and the fake dreadlock guy duty is to deal with the Maisha needs. Like if he had, used his nappies, then he need changing. That is the dreadlock fake guy's job. So he went on speaking about those kind of thing, and he said that they are now getting used to baby Maisha and his routines. He was saying about the sleeping story like they had before, when he was explaining that when he is holding baby Maisha, he want to treat him like he is a father, like to be able to make decisions for the baby. Again, he said how the baby Maisha situation of going to sleep on a baby cot or on the bed, and how Rocio still likes probably to hold and get Maisha close to her. So I think they are still arguing, but he said there is a bit of an argument which comes out of this situation of how to parent Maisha, because he feels like he cannot make decisions on his child. He was swallowing a lot of things inside when he was saying about the argument, situation, because he went on saying like, oh, some little things, when I want this to happen to the baby, or baby should be like this, Rocio comes and say no. And then if I want to give my, my view or my opinion or my advice, it can bring or cause some arguments. He was saying that when it happens, he always like go quiet. He don't want to argue with her. He thinks it's still postpartum whatever feelings she's still going through, which I don't think is true. It's 1 month now. Rocio herself must be feeling better and being a normal person now, not to keep using that, maternal depression and stuff like that. So he went on saying, oh, Rocio gets to an argument with him, and he only goes quiet because he thinks it's the best thing to do, and his motto is to know that that is gone and it's forgotten, it's a past, everything is a past. So even though she has been trying to argue with him, he just have to be, quiet and call it is a past and the future, which is a good thing to think and to believe in. But the way I saw Mr. Fake Dreadlock guy, he is going through hell. I think Roshu is trying to show him Kanya Pepe, which is a back-to-back, not mercy, no mercy at all. He doesn't look happy. He was complaining. He is about the child waking up. They are sleepless. He was complaining about not being able to say anything about Maisha. It is bringing all the argument and other little things he was talking about, and we will listen to him and hear all about it.
As a new father and things like that, what I've learned, what I wish somebody told me before fatherhood. Number one, guys. Number one. Guys, I'm watching the sun, the drops. Feels very. Or today I don't take a video. I just let the sound of the rain and the beautiful sunshine dictate our video today. Thank you, guys. Maybe I go to the other side. Oh, yeah, there is more rain coming this way. Not really rain, but oh my gosh, like it's raining on my head because of the because of the wind. Okay, it has forced me to move. Let me see how it will behave. So guys, number one thing is, sometimes as a father, one thing I wish somebody told me, okay, was how to deal with the emotions of your wife. Yeah, because sometimes, because of the hormone imbalance, she may show you different moods, and maybe you as a young man who doesn't really understand what's going on, you may be trapped in responding to her moods or emotion in this case. So you may end up even arguing for even something very small, you know.
There is one more thing I wanted to touch about this young story all the time. I'm a young man, I'm a young man, I'm a young dad. I want to say to Mura Senso to stop lying to people, as I said earlier, because the dad told us, his biological father told us his actual age. And I saw one time ago when he was doing a live stream, he wanted to prove to his people by bringing his documents so that he can show them that so they can read his age. Or what I want to tell him here is not to fool people. He can show his ID documents as much as he like, but all what I know back home, back in Kenya, and it happens in many other countries in Africa, I don't know if in Kenya is still happening, but those days you could go and buy absolutely anything you want. You will go to those offices and buy a birth certificate. You can buy an ID card. You can go and buy a passport. And the dates you want for birth are the dates which will be put there, period. So all the dates he have in his passports are fake, fake, fake. They are for buying. And that's why he continues to say he is 34, because he knows that will match what it is written on his documents. But to clarify here and to clear the air that people don't see Mr. Kohera Jr., it says the one thing and the fake dreadlock guy says another thing, is to say that people used to buy those documents. And you can say any date you want, you can say anything you want, they will just stamp it, because all what you need to do is to give them money and your things are sorted according to how you want, according to your wish. So he need to stop fooling people because of his passport documents or any other document he might want to use to prove his birth. It's fake. So guys, as I was talking about the fake dreadlock guy, he had 5 points to teach his younger fellow fathers out there. So I did not take too much notice on the points, because they were based for men, not for women. And of course, even if it's for women, I don't think he'll be my teacher. I don't want to learn from the fake dreadlock guy, Murasenso. So one thing I disagreed with his continuous behaviors, which they are very shameful, is for him walking to inside Mr. Luis's garage when Mr. Luis was not there. He went in there and he was trying to show us where the Timmy sleeps. He is showing with the camera some, some ways. I don't know is Timmy's wee, is whether it's poo. She was showing some, wet bits on the floor. And then he went on just walking around inside the garage. He started saying, oh, these things they do, these are some of things they do here and I don't agree with. Yeah, he was, very angry because he saw a cement in a bucket and it's not covered. So he was very furious and he went for it. And he was like, oh, some things they do here, I don't agree with them. I know their duty is over, but still, I don't agree with this kind of things. You will think he spent money to buy that cement or anything, the way he is talking. You would think he is the one who was paying the builders, or, is that he did nothing. We all know that. But he was very, very angry because of the way the cement was left inside the garage and it's not covered. Okay, now he went on. Mr. Luis has got his packed fold plastic bags or things like this. These old people, sometimes they are very, very weird. And the way they have arranged their things, they like it to be like that when they come back. Whether you've been left there, don't go rearranging. They like their things to stay the way they left them. They want them to come and find them the way. At this moment, we can see Mr. Luis is nowhere at the compound. Mr. Luis is at sleep or inside the main house. He wasn't in the garage. He wasn't at the compound. So Marwa went in there and got angry because the cement been left, exposed, and then started, pulling Mr. Luis's paper bag, plastic bags he had packed on a side to cover the cement. So I found this was not very good, because when Mr. Luis comes out of the house and go to his garage, he will know somebody was there. Or because he will see somebody has moved this thing from here to here. Maybe the fake dreadlock guy thinks he is very clever than Mr. Luis, because Mr. Luis can always see all the cement. They are in his garage, so he knows how they've been stored. For him to go and start covering them, I think he gonna make this old man start not trusting him, because why is he doing in my garage in the first place? Why is he covering the cement without, you should have waited when Mr. Luis is there, because himself he can see and come and find out why he hasn't think of covering the cement. Because yesterday and the day before, the cement was still there. Mr. Luis's garage is open. He goes there every day. We know that. So he must have an idea that cement is like that. Go and ask him. Because what it is, he will come and see this one thing has been touched and moved to here and covered the cement. But he will start asking himself, what else did he touch? What else might he have been carried away from this? You'll be so confused. You want to look around, make sure everything else is intact because of that one single thing. Before you can go and take, although people edit videos, before you can go and let Mr. Luis watch your video to trust you, if one thing goes missing in there, he will have, you will have to explain yourself a lot, Mr. Fake Dreadlock guy. Because you don't go to somebody's things. We see Mr. Luis don't like, his things being touched. We seen this fake dreadlock guy in past trying to reach out things when Mr. Luis is doing his things in the garage, and Mr. Luis pays a very big attention to what he is doing and grabs his things to show him. And that actually stops him to continue with his work, because this one has distracted him. And he have to make sure his stuff are put back to where they should be. So I thought that was a very bad way of the fake dreadlock guy sneaking in Mr. Luis' garage, the same way he went and sneaked in Ivan's bedroom back in the Washington, D.C. So I don't like his behavior. He need to slow down. He need to back up. Guys, I'm gonna let you see that clip and see what I'm trying to tell you.
Let's see how it's raining here and how the garage is faring. Oh my gosh.
The fake dreadlock guy, when he was, sharing his experience
she was sleeping
with the
here.
people about
That's also one thing that
being
people are telling
a
me.
newly
Mara, before you
fatherhood.
leave, build that
He
dog a kennel.
mentioned
She
that
sleeps
they
there.
are having problems. He
This
was
whole
asking
house,
people if anybody knows
or this
how to
whole
deal
store
with a
has
baby
an
when
open
they are
door.
having gas in their stomach.
And I feel
So
even it's much better than a kennel.
he was demonstrating how the Maisha is
And also
behaving
here
when
it guards
these
the home because the
gas
gate
are
is right
taking
there.
over in
So
his
if anyone
stomach.
tries to come in,
And he said this is normally
the
it's
dog will tell
happening
them,
during the
no,
nighttime.
stop.
During
These
daytime,
are the things I
everything is
don't agree
fine.
with business ones. They open cement and leave it
He
there.
was saying that when this happens,
Yeah. But I
they
know their
don't
business
even
is
have
over, so
a sleep at all, because the baby is
they
making
don't
very
care
funny
that much.
noise, according to the fake
That's
dreadlock
one thing
guy.
I don't agree with them at all. This video is about fatherhood, guys, and things I wish somebody told me before fatherhood.
So guys, as I said, Mrasenso had a lot to say. So as I was saying, guys, as the fake dreadlock guy continues to tell us about these differences they are having between him and Ro Cabrera about of how to train the baby, mostly sleeping patterns, that's what he was talking about. he came on and said when they have this kind of argument, he was trying to give it like an example, but he was talking about Rushu for sure. He said when it comes to this kind of argument, when they occur, or the conflict, they might bring a serious problem between the relationship. And when the mother tends to be emotional and start crying, he was saying that the baby tends to get that kind of feeling, and the baby will not be able to sleep that night properly, because he is like sensing the feelings of the mother, which I never knew about that. Again, he said when things are good during the day and both parents are happy, the baby sleeps very well and with no issues. So I learned that one from the fake dreadlock guy, Mr. Mura Senso, and I was so thankful to know that. Guys, we're gonna watch him talking about all this. Yeah.
As a father, you may want to teach your kids, or you may want to train your kids in a different way. And maybe as a mother, now I'm speaking for two people here, father and mother. As a father, you may want to train your kid in a certain way. For example, sleeping patterns. And as a mother, she may want to train the kids in a different way. So also, that can bring conflict in a relationship. And it can lead to serious misunderstanding if you lack good communication. And that being said, is always try to speak it out to your partner and try to find a balance. For example, my balance is, you may laugh at this, I tend to say, when you give me the kid, let's say my partner passes the kid to me, let me be the father and let me play the father role, so that it doesn't turn out that I want to be the father, at the same time I want to be the mother. Because also, that is something you have to be very careful about, because sometimes you tend to think the other person is wrong by doing A, B, C, D, and you are right, and so conflicts. Okay, that can bring conflicts in a relationship, because maybe, let's say me, I want, once the kid is, for example, once the kid has eaten and they have stayed maybe like 5 to 10 minutes after eating, I want to put them to sleep. But maybe the mother would say, no, let the kid enjoy, let the kid walk, not walk, but let the kid be awake. And also, for example, there is this scenario where, personally, I've asked and I've seen some comments, people saying it's always good to make sure that your kid is not used to your hands so much, because when your kid is used to your hands so much, what happens is anytime you put the kid down, maybe, and when I say down, in this case on the bed or on his bed or couch or some place to sleep, the kid can't stay awake even more than 5 minutes. Parents, and mostly the mom, affects even the sleeping pattern of the baby. For example, let's say the mom is happy, very happy, normal day, nice, beautiful. The kid that night will have nearly similar to the mom. But let's say otherwise, the mom is sad, not happy, maybe there was an argument, and the mom has shown a lot of emotions. She likes me nowadays. Rest assured, there is high chance, let me say high chance, not rest assured. There is high chance that that night you guys may not sleep because the kid will be waking up and making serious halabaloo. Is it?
The fake dreadlock guy, when he was, sharing his experience with the people about being a newly fatherhood, he mentioned that they are having problem. He was asking people if anybody knows how to deal with a baby when they are having gas in their stomach. So he was demonstrating how the maisha is behaving when these gas are taking over in his stomach. And he said this is normally is happening during night time. During daytime, everything is fine. He was saying that when this happens, they don't even have a sleep at all because the baby is making very funny noise, according to the fake dreadlock guy. So what is the cause of the gases? It's my question here. Normally, as he said, it happens at night. I'm thinking maybe during the night when they are sleeping, Roshio tends to breastfeed the baby when he is lying down or when they are sleeping. And the baby will, suck the breast, drink the milk drink, and probably fall asleep in the process. And then she goes back to sleep herself. Then maybe later, after a while, the baby maybe will like move and then and try like crying, and maybe she goes on and feed him again, and probably he goes to sleep. But I think that way the milk is just, and the gas is just piling in the stomach. Because normally when you breastfeed the baby, you have to raise the baby up, put them on your shoulder, rub their back very gently, and then they will burp. And then that helps the gas to come out. But if the baby is lying down, and the way we know the way she breastfeeds that baby, she don't support the breast. You hear the baby is like running marathon, drinking. Now imagine when they are lying down and doing that. So it's very hard for the baby to bulb when he is lying down. The fake dreadlock guy went on telling us his techniques of how, his strategies of what he does to the baby, and then he bulbs. So I found that was a bit very weird, like he lifts his legs and bend them and bring them close to his chest, things like that. I never did it. I don't know. So he said it helps. Probably, as he said, he'd been learning things online on Google. So it looks like it's a very big worry they are having there, about the baby. Because when I put the clip, you will see when he is demonstrating. For me, in the beginning, I thought, oh, he is going to say the baby is having neck problem. But the way he came up with the gas story, it was like shocking to me. But yes, I can relate that it's a very, it's a young baby. The baby, when they are like that, they don't talk. You know what is going on. And it's a worry. And these are people who don't believe in taking the baby to the doctors, although they have gone and been, declined. The thing is, I'm wondering if they go to a private doctor, if he will say no as well. I think they should try. They have money. Mm. The fake dreadlocks man guy, he hasn't been using his money like Rocio building the, the studio and stuff like that, or paying for things at all. He can, close his eyes and take even $500 and go. Maybe it wouldn't be that expensive. And they should go and try a private doctor and explain the things. Explain also how they took the child to the general hospital or to the government hospital and they were told they can't be assisted. I think there is a way out through this. When we were having children, this thing of you have to wait until 6 months before your child can drink water, it wasn't there. So I remember our, like our siblings, we used to see when they are young, they get given a little bit of water with a spoon. A little bit water in the spoon, they're gonna be, try and give them to drink. The other thing, when you feel like the child is bloated, maybe constipations or things to do with the stomach, you normally buy like grape water, and grape water you give the baby just a tiny bit, and that helps the stomach. That's how I know myself. That is my experience, and I learned it from my parent or from my mom. So for sure, and also other women around us. That's how I know. We used to give a baby little bit of water in with a spoon. Sometimes, yes, with a spoon. And then also when the baby is too baby like that, grape water, you buy grape water and they give them just a tiny bit, and that soothes the stomach. So I think these newly parents, they are going through a lot of, hard time. But also they have to remember it's all their fault, because they declined anything to do with the doctors, the professionals. They declined since Ro was pregnant. She wasn't going to clinics. And if she was going to clinics, for example, even when they came to Argentina, why are they being rejected by the doctors? That's my question. And where she was going to clinic, she can go there back again and ask for advice. What is the job of this midwife? What kind of midwife are these? They don't have any, knowledge. Why they don't have that relationship? Actually, the midwife, when you give birth here, your midwife follows you at home, even with your child, providing support every week for a few months. And then after they leave you, then you be all done. All these kind of things, they are struggling, and the fake dreadlock guy comes here to the camera and start asking people. They should be learning them from, professionals. So their ignorant is what they are paying for. They've been paid by their ignorant. They are so ignorant. And also, again, I don't understand why Rocio is not getting any advice from her mom. The other thing they used to do when the baby's stomach is like that is just, with the warm hands and a little bit of like maybe Vaseline, try just to rub the baby's stomach after giving him a bath, rub his stomach a little, very gently, like the fake dreadlocks man gonna show you here on the clip what he is doing. But yes, those are kind of things, they were done by women, not men. So I think here Mura Senso is, acting or doing a lot of activities which he wasn't familiar with. But his ignorant is what is paying him. That is what I can say. I felt for the baby, but I did not feel for them too. At all, I don't. Because Rocio is as rude as nothing else you've seen in this world. Mura Senso, he is a user, he is selfish, he is heartless, he doesn't care about anyone. Rocio as well, she is like that. And then they should deal with their lives, with whatever is coming, into their life. They should deal with it. But for baby Maisha, he should not suffer because of his parents passed, what they need to do is to take a step. Take the baby to a private hospital, get the baby checked. Even now, because that baby hasn't had those jabs, is still another story, and they are still probably sitting there at home because they were rejected from the. If it's that, me, I would fly my child back home, because if it's in Kenya, he will be treated. He will be treated 100%. But they won't do that because they are waiting for passport. And then all these things, hey, come and see Wahala. Eh? Yeah, it's so bad. It's they are ignorant. That's all I can say. I feel sorry for Maisha, guys. I do.
So, another thing I've noticed, which I wish somebody told me, is how to deal with gases. And if some of you guys maybe are pediatrician, you can drop a comment here and let me know what you think of this. Dealing with gases for me has been one of the challenging parts being a father. And maybe for the very new people who don't even understand what gases mean in little babies, is sometimes when the baby suckles milk, for us it happens at night. During the day, the baby is normal, has 0 gases. And I think it's because it's active during the day so much. So at night when we sleep, you find that the baby has kinda breathing problem. It's kinda, but it's not breathing problem, it's because of the gases. So it's always doing like, So you see, like, the baby is struggling. So I've seen some videos online where you can rub the belly of the baby, I think clockwise, this way. So let's say...
Yes, guys, so my next story about this reaction today is about Rocio. Rocio came and decided to share about his morning routine with his friends, with his followers or subscribers. She went on and showed people what she does, like breastfeeding the baby and baby going to rest, or the fake dreadlock guy who is the father takes the child and hold the baby, and then Rocio goes to have a shower. So my point here is when Rocio went to show us having a shower and then coming out, drying her body, and then showing people her body. I want to tell you, Rocio, once you choose to settle with an African man, there are some things you shouldn't do, because some things are like abomination. For example, how she came and she is, no towel again. Even with the towel is bad enough as a woman who is dealing with an African man. In African culture, women stay themselves. Their body is for their partner, their boyfriend, or the husband. Mostly when you are married or you are now having a serious relationship like her and the fake dreadlock guy, she should think better. And I think maybe this fake dreadlock guy has told her about our culture. So she goes and starts showing her audience the kind of pants she's using, the bras, explaining a lot about the bra process when she want to feed the child or to breastfeed the Maisha. She went on talking about how she's feeling inside and how she feel like she's now sexy, and the body, she is trying to bring her body back, her beautiful body back. And she mentioned something to do with her thighs are now popping out and something like that. So the main problem here is her recording herself and trying to explain this to the whole world. She don't need to. She do not need to do that because she is with an African man and they have a child. For example, if the Congrat or Kohera Jr. watches her to support her, they shouldn't, it's an abomination. They shouldn't be watching her and to that extent. And once she uploads the video there, and then of course we know people clickbait their videos, clickbait their videos like, oh, my experience as a newly first-time mother. You understand? So it doesn't say, look how I shower and with my body, you know, I'm gonna show you how my body is becoming together. It's looking all sexy and stuff like that. So Mr. Conrad or Kohera Jr. might go then click because they know, oh, we have to watch, she need viewers, she need like liking and all that. But they will click and go and see their daughter-in-law with what? With the no clothes. So that becomes a curse. So it's not okay. The other thing she need to know is, like now she done that, it will be very difficult for the fake dreadlock guy, Mura Senso, to be friends with African men who have married. Many, they will find it difficult, or even the ones who are not married, they are dating and they are in a serious date, or even not, they don't agree with that. They'll be always mocking him. Who is this you are calling your girlfriend? Who is this you are calling your baby mother? You are, you know, your wife and so and so. This is a lady of all men, and this is the reason why. So you embarrassed him and you embarrassed yourself, okay?
And have some breakfast myself if he falls asleep again. That's the idea. So Maisha's with Marwa right now. Maisha's having like longer wake windows. Wake windows is the moment that they stay awake. Babies most of the time are sleeping or feeding, and that's it. But the more they grow, they start to have longer moments that they keep awake. And Maisha is having like very long ones, which I don't know if it's supposed to be like that, like his age. But he's a very healthy boy though. And so now Marwa is just staying with him. So I can have some time to wake up and prepare some breakfast and things like that. Sometimes he's able to fall asleep, so I can do those things. And if he doesn't fall asleep, daddy. Okay, so I'm 1 month postpartum, and this is my new body. Actually, I think it's okay, I'm getting better. And I've been wearing these postpartum panties that they are a little bit tall, so they help me holding the belly. And sometimes I use this one that holds me the entire belly. And it's very good. It helps me not to have like marks, after postpartum. And it's really good. It's also very warm. I bought these nursery bras, like 3 of them, which they come with this technology here that you just open here and then you can breastfeed. And the truth is, I don't use them. I don't find them as simple as wearing these ones. I've been wearing like these tops that I had previously. I just took, and it's way more simple. simple, so I don't really use this one.
So guys, as I was making, or I was trying to make Rocio understand the tingle of African men, Mr. Fake Dreadlock guy, Murasenso, might find it difficult to mingle with African men. Most of even, especially Kenyan men, will not even respect him. They might say nasty things referring to Rocio's behavior of showing her body. Oh, look at me now. Look how my body is shaping up. Even though I gave birth a month ago, I'm here. Look at me. Look how I look, guys. I'm ready. I'm ready to rock and roll. Look, my body, my stomach is going back in. I won't have any stretch marks, guys. Nobody will ever know I have a baby. Come on, guys. Here I am. It's like she's advertising herself. But African men do not like this, and our culture does not allow this at all. She looked like she was advertising herself. But who knows? Guys, we are here. We've been watching, especially the village girls who have been accumulating money, having donation money sent to them because of this kind of things. Who knows? Rocio is having a lot of subscribers from, the fake dreadlock guy. She got a lot of subscribers from him. And it's the same subscribers they share with the village people. Who knows? Maybe one of the subscribers has been 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5 has been sending her some money. And when this time comes, please, can you do this? Can you do that? Who knows? Because what is the point of doing all that? What is the point of a woman, a mother, to go and, show people when they are showering, wearing underwear stuff, explaining their body, telling. These things are, Rocio, even after what has been happening, it's not even 1 week about this, the Trench Town grandpa and Percy. Even with all those kind of things going on, and your man is actually very much involved to it, you still even going there and repeat the same thing. Now, Mr., the Trench Town grandpa, he doesn't have to worry. Your body is there, out there, for him also to enjoy. I find this very silly, like a woman to do that, because men do not even need you to be near them. They need just to look. Some men are sick like that. They just want to look at that body, and that is it. They might even print those pictures from the videos. They will screenshot and print them and stick them and frame them and put them in their houses. So it's a very, very, very risky move she is taking, and she wants maybe to get married to this African fake dreadlock guy. Okay? So the other thing I found with the Rocio's video is when she also was explaining about the experience they are going through of raising the child. Rocio made the whole story look like it's very good, like they are not having any challenges. Only a little bit she mentioned about the sleeping challenges, but she did not mention things like the fake dreadlock guy said, Mura Senso. Mura came and said about all this disagreement about how to raise a child or how to train a child when it comes to things like going to sleep. And it caused like a lot of argument where it gets to a point where Rocio is emotional, she is crying, and this emotional kind of thing affects the baby sleeping pattern and he don't even sleep at all if the mom has been emotional during the day. So Rocio did not tell us this. She just said things, and everything looked like they are not having any issue between them on how to raise this child or how to train the child. So Rocio is faking. But you can tell from the fake dreadlock guy, Mura Senso, he is struggling. He is going through hell. And we all know it's true, because even when they are together and Mura is like fuming, because he have this behavior of asking Rocio a lot of things, because he doesn't seem to know anything. So he goes and asks her about something, and you can hear how rudely she answers to him. She is very rude, even knowing the camera is running. She doesn't, answer politely. She don't answer like a woman who, with their man and they are in love. It's like she's had enough. That's how she comes out to be. So it's true, Mura Senso, the fake dreadlock guy, is going through some tough time. And I think Rocio needed to understand and try to make him happy, at least, calm down a little bit for the sake of him. He looks a little bit very tacky. His hair looks very not unwell kept. He doesn't look happy. His face looks quite, he is more older than his age. Even that 34 he gives himself, he looks like he is 40-something at the moment. He have lost weight. You can tell by his, talking, body language, a lot of things are going on in the fake dreadlock guy, Mura Senso. So those are the things I wanted to talk about Rocio, and we will be watching these clips as we continue.
Yes, so far our days are very good. We have Timmy chilling here in the sun also. Yes, Maisha is 1 month old already. Life has changed in a beautiful way. We are totally in love with Maisha. To be honest, he's big, he eats a lot, but it's very nice to enjoy my days with him. Yes, sometimes I'm struggling to find time for myself, like even having a good sleep. I cannot. I haven't slept well, and I know every mom knows that. But it's not just me, it's Marwa as well. The whole morning we were able to bring Maisha to my parents, and we slept the whole morning with Marwa. Both of us, we really needed to sleep. Yeah, and also like our time with Marwa together as well. And we're trying to find moments where Maisha is sleeping. Maybe also Maisha sleeps with us in the bed, which I think for me it was my decision to do it. It was so much better for me while I'm recovering than now that I'm more able to move more. We will progressively start putting him in the bassinet to sleep at night, but I am in favor of sleeping with baby, especially because sometimes I can just be sleeping and he can just being fed while I'm laying.
Yeah, one more thing I wanted to say about Rocio, it's how she is behaving, showing her body and showing everything. I think it's like a family thingy. Whether she is learning from her sister-in-law or learning from her mom-in-law. And three of them, they are like their competition, whose body looks beautiful, whose body is more like, wow. So they are doing competition for men out there. What a nasty drama this it is. What is this? Disrespecting themselves like this. Rocio, for sure, she shouldn't have topped up of what we already know. So that's something I wanted to say before I forget about Rocio. The next person I'm going to talk about is Gintu. So Gintu did a video, and he was like talking in the beginning. He was dwelling on how this Kanyangarika is Dimwango. I'm going to be calling her Kanyangarika. He was dwelling on Kanyangarika, how she was very rude to the villagers before she left. He was talking about how when she said, I'm going to be shitting for people to eat. So that thing it came to him, and he was very angry, and I do not blame him. And myself, I found that I never spoken about it, but I think it was very, very wrong. It's another abomination for somebody, a woman, an African woman, to tell people, to tell these are her brother and sisters in the village, to say they all have to wait when I shit they eat. It's a very, very nasty big thing, she said. I've never spoken about it in the past, but because I listened to Gintu and he came up talking about it, I felt, anyway, I'll have to remind her as well. She did very wrong. I know now it's months ago since she did that, she said that, but it still looks like today what she said. If so wrong, it's very filthy. And she have to remember all these things she said to herself. Because nobody does that, not unless she have visited Dubai, where I had some people, you know, the big billionaires, they will shit on a plate for these poor ladies to eat and give them lots of dollars. So it's very, very wrong. In African culture, nothing like that is said. Nothing like that had happened. We don't even say it, we don't even think about it. And for her to come and say it that day she did, it was so wrong. So she cast herself. And for sure, one day she will come. Those words will remind her. They will come to her and they will say, come on, this is what you told your villagers one day. That's dog shit over there. Just go and eat to survive. She said it to herself. It might not be like exactly to eat the shit like she said, but something will remind her, because she was very rude, and we know she is unpredictable. Nobody can tell her anything. She knows it all, and because she knows it all, she can also say anything, absolutely anything, as bad it can be to people, and expect nothing to happen. These people and their family, they behave like they have a pass, a green pass to heaven, a green pass to everything in the world, as if they are the member of the world, or how it was created. The way they treat people or say things to people, it doesn't go. It doesn't work like that. It's very, very filthy, and it's very, very wrong. Like somebody told to me on my comment, the fake dreadlock guy, Mura Senso, he behaves like his dad is the owner of YT, which is true. The way he behaves like he owns the YT, it belongs to his family. So this is how they behave in all other things. They don't respect nobody. They don't have sympathy of no one. So Gintu came and addressed that point again, and only God knows why he remembered, because it happened some few months ago, and we will be looking at the clip.
Much of our own talk today, and we're going to be making sure that everybody is getting the real valid point about what has been handled to our own intimidations, and also our own mismanagement and misreallocation of our own future. And it's just being talked about, somebody's holding it onto our own hands, or holding onto their own hands, that this kind of person can make it, the other person cannot make it. So which is very, very unconditional to us, the YouTubers who are adjusting to Nyabuanse, because somebody can talk about, okay, I'm coming back, okay, the life has been so hard and outside there. So some people can talk about, you know what, I'm just coming to the village now, I'm going to make sure that you are eating your poo, and I'm going to make sure that I'm pooing. You are just going to do something in biology, we call it egestion. So somebody is going to do some egestion so as you can digest it, which is not even something which is very fantastic to us. And to me, I can just say that permanizing yourself, which is not our own self. That okay, we are the people who are humiliating others. We are the people that okay, some people have money. They want to say that this kind of the people, they don't have anything to talk about. They don't have anything to say. So they want to permanize our own future and say that okay, this kind of a living belongs to us. This kind of the thing belongs to the other family. But it can never work.
The other thing Gintu said, he talked about how during the villa party, it was like a nightclub, and the things took place that time. He said there was a lot of sexual related activities took place from either young children, young girls, and all these old grandpas and granddads who came to visit or came to the party. He was talking about the Arondante's room is the one which was used for all these activities because he was working there. He said things like, oh, if you go there, all what you could hear is the noise coming from that room, like a dog is eating, I don't know, cucumber. Yeah, so he was talking. We're going to listen to Gintu when he said all these things. So he came to review that is what was happening. He said when you go to that Arondaten's room, what you find there is a lot of, I don't know, creams, Vaselines, I don't know, CDs, things like that. He talked about also other horrible things which can be found in Arondante's room even today, which I'm not going to mention them, but you're going to hear it from his own mouth. There are things, the way I'm raised, I cannot say them. You know, it's very, very hard for me to say them. Even if I have to say in English, still they don't come out of my mouth. It's very, very difficult for me to say. But anyway, that's how I was raised up and I can't change it. So yes, Gintu came and talked so much about that. And it is just so sad to know. And he said the fake dreadlock guy was paid. He was collecting money for these sexual activities to take place in his villa, actually in the Arondante's room. So how sad is that?
Point number 2. Do you know that during the party time, the villa acted as a club and a funeral? Because what am I saying though? I saw it because I was an engineer during the construction of the fish pond. It's just capture method. Do you know that that's kind of the villa? During the night, it was acting like a sex club. And most of the people who are just being brought there are just from outside who are coming for didism. Let me tell you one thing. Who has ever seen Aaron Dante's house open or filmed? Somebody to tell me, somebody to raise up the hand. If you have ever seen Aaron Dante's house, the con mom, she was living. That was the same house that was being used in terms of the talk about the trafficking, the sex trafficking, I'm telling you. Because whenever you get there, because I got the opportunity to get there. And the same house, I was getting some food to much of the people who are staying there. They said no one could just film that house. And also whenever we scumbilize and go forward to this kind of the point, did anyone see what were just installed onto that house? Somebody saw it? Nobody saw it. But I can just tell you there was a didism oil, which is the baby oil, and there were much of the condoms installed onto that house. And the only thing that was done there, it's just the sex trafficking. And that's the fact. And no one can just tell you such kind of the things. Because whenever you are given an opportunity to go there, you are being hit like a Cherokee drum. The only thing you could just hear people saying is screaming like Nokias, screaming like dogs has been eating some eggs. People, maybe the cucumbers are wrong. People sometimes, you can never know how a person coming from United States, a guy speaks from a village here, talk about, you know what I want. That's why you never saw a CCTV installed inside the villa. No CCTV inside the villa. Somebody to tell me where CCTV is. during the party, somebody to say, and not only the CCTV was installed outside the villa, but what about inside? Nothing, because what was being conducted onto that villa, only God knows. Only God knows. And I'm telling you the fact. People were hit. It was hit and run. From this section to another section. Go ask whoever was doing their work. Ask all the chefs who were there. Go ask a village cook. Go ask Chef Claire. Go ask Priska. Ask me. Ask Tina Marwa. She was there. And even she was the one who was being antagonized. And she was the one who could just be coming out with everything and just place a 90-degree the way you need. And that was the room that was being used. And whenever we talk about it, look at what whenever the Didi uncle came. Every time he was going to that room, I will not say who was living there, but you can antagonize it. Whenever the Didi uncle was there, who was living in Dante's house, somebody was there, and every time Didi uncle was moving, the route was upside there, up, this way and this way, this way, this way. What was he doing?
As I said, it was very hard to listen some of the things he was mentioning, but the truth must be told. The truth must be told. And the fake dreadlock guy, he took the advantage of selling his village girls to his guests, which is very, very wrong. The fake dreadlock guy, I want to say, he is a shameless and heartless man. He is an individual that you cannot want to come across in your life. He is absolutely a nightmare because he don't care. He doesn't care at all about other people's feelings. He doesn't care about other people's life. We've seen how he was mistreating children. So now, wherever he is, those children he was using to work and saying, I'm not paying them anything. Did you get forced to come and work here? He was asking them, go and watch the Kung Fu Fanta last night's program video. Go and watch Kung Fu Fanta last night's video, and we will see what I'm saying. He is a very horrible person. He is a nasty piece of work. And he need to be straightened up. He should go back and find those children he misused to work for him during the villa, when he was building the villa, and really make sure they are okay. Their school are paid, everything they need, they have it. Whether he's got money or he doesn't have, he can ask now for donation. He was saying to his subscribers to stop helping other people next year, 2025. He need to go and look for every single child he slaved that time, and make sure those children are okay and their school is paid and everything they are eating. Because I heard they were not even eating and they were not paid. Even himself in that video of Kung Fu Fanta, himself, he said they are working for free. I'm not paying any of them. That's so horrible. It's out of order, completely unacceptable. So, Murasenso, the fake dreadlock guy, think very well about those children you used. I know here I'm going outside a little bit of my topic, but I could not hold it. I watched it and the video is there at Kung Fu Fanta's channel. It's last night. It's not a long video, it's a short video, but it covers a lot. It covers a lot. Guys, you should go and watch it. So my people, let me take this moment to thank you and, to appreciate you for always coming to watch my videos, guys. I thank you so much, and I do not take that for granted at all, at all. Guys, all what I can ask is to keep watching. Please give a thumbs up wherever you watch a video. Please leave a comment. It's so good. I appreciate all my subscribers who have been really so good to me. They are really interacting. They are, you know, they are leaving comments there, and they are taking their time to watch these videos. Oh my goodness, I cannot thank you enough. I can only say may God bless you. May God bless you with your family and protect you all the time. I appreciate you so much. I don't know what to say, but I am feeling so good. I'm so happy for you showing so much love and support to me. I appreciate you. I appreciate you all the time, my guys, my people, my family. So please, let's keep moving ahead. Let's take this channel ahead. We really want to put it to, you know, to push it and get it monetized, guys. Let's do that for Vimwelu channel. Let's do that. I beg you so much. Let's do that. And I know you can do it, my people. You can do it. You can share the channel. You can share the link. Yeah, things like that, guys. And also push it ahead with the keep watching and interacting with me. I do really appreciate you all, and I love you guys. I love you so much. That's my heart for you. I love you. God bless you, and see you soon. Thank you so much, my lovely people. Thank you. I appreciate you. Thank you.